Hey my fellow YouTube modelers, welcome back to another episode of Scale Model Car Chief. I'm Steven. In this episode, I've been thinking about some things that I've seen on some of the modeling channels in our community, and I was really liking some of the questions that have been asked recently. And as I go through, one of the things that really hits home or touches me is the question, why do we build what we build? And I think that it has been answered by a lot of people. Yeah, we build memories, or at least I build memories. And there was just recently, the question was posted, what was your first build on your YouTube channel? And my YouTube channel's not that old, so I can remember clearly what my first build was that I posted. It was the 1977 Pontiac Esprit that Jim Rockford drove on the Rockford Files. So, that's not that long ago. Back in, I think, the end of August 2022 when I started my channel. So, I go back in and I think and say, okay, well, what's a good place to start? And, maybe ask another question. What's the kit that's most important to you of a vehicle that you previously drove? So mine would be a very rare car, that just, it spoke out to me when I was, 15 years old. I was picking my brother up from the Miami International Airport. I grew up in South Florida, and now I live in South Carolina. But as I walked through the airport, I remember seeing a commercial, and then I saw the car in person, and I was like, wow, 15 years old, and it was a two-seat car. It wasn't a Corvette, it wasn't a Thunderbird, a rare, little-known car by today's standards. It was the Ford EXP. So, at the time I was driving the hand-me-down family car, a 1967 Mercury Cougar. That was my grandfather's, and it went through all five of my brothers. So by the time I was a sixth boy, it got to me, it was pretty rough shape. I still have a passion and a pennant for the Mercury Cougars. Actually, I have two, full size. I have a 67 and a 68 Mercury Cougar. So the kit that I'm gonna build next is gonna be the car that I got rid of my high school 1967 Mercury Cougar for. It was the 1982 Ford EXP. And it was a personal two-seat sports car, not a lot of power, but to me personally, it had a lot of style in it. And I just love the car. Hindsight's always 20/20, and I wish I had it back. Probably not a lot of people that would say, I wish I had a Ford EXP, but I do. So we'll go over to the workbench, and we'll do an unboxing of a kit that I've had for quite a while. And seeing Craig at Craig's Corner, just kind of sparked my interest in it again. So I pulled it out of my stash, and I'm going to go ahead and get ready to build it. So I'll see you at the workbench here shortly, and we'll look at an unboxing of the 1982 Ford EXP Sport. See you at the workbench. Okay, welcome back to the workbench. Here we are looking at this classic styling of the box art. It really is kind of cool. It screams 1980s to me. A lot of custom spoilers and stuff like that I just won't be using. I think it takes away from the classic styling of the EXP, in my personal opinion. But everybody has their own view on what they want a model to be. And mine, I wanted to match what I had in high school. So no custom touches here. Here we have a look at the bagged parts. Everything's molded in orange styrene, which is kind of cool, but I'm gonna be going with the two-tone blue to match my car. As we get it out, the body looks clean and crisp. Really not a lot of flash at all on it. I guess that was good for a classic kit that hadn't had a lot of runs at the time. Here's a look at the chassis floor pan, the exhaust system, the interior two-seat floor pan, I was really pleased that the rear window louvers were in this kit. I will be using those because I put a set of aftermarket rear window louvers on my car. Real popular choice back in the 80s. Here's some of those add-on spoilers that they'll just get set aside and I'll save them for something else. The door card, nice crisp hood, unmolested condition. Here's a look at the chrome tree with two sets of rims. I'll be using the lower portion stock rims. I'm not real keen on the smoked glass, so I'm going to make my own windows for this project. This is something that just really sets off this whole kit. The foxing, or the way the acid has eaten the paper and discolored it, it just screams vintage. Pretty basic instructions for this MPC kit. 12 total steps. Looks like it'll go together fairly easy. Decal sheet. I probably won't use any of these decals, so maybe if somebody needs them I can pass them on to a fellow modeler. Red tail lights, which is a nice touch. And yeah, just plain basic tires. So, thank you for watching. Tune in for update number 1 later this week. Have a blessed day.